Okay. So hear me out. What is the difference between Virgil and Shadow the Hedgehog, other than the fact that they're like different species and one has a gun? They both have tragic backstories. They both hate the character off a misunderstanding, and they're both edgy as fuck. What is the difference between an edgy rival and a rival who is edgy? An edgy rival is more of your Sasuke and Shadow the Hedgehog type beat. They're dark, they're mysterious, and no matter how close to them you get, they're still not gonna treat you right. They are edgy for the sake of being edgy, and that's not always a bad thing. Sometimes the edginess comes as a really good contrast to the main character's optimism. But you're writing a very fine line, because if you're edgy for the sake of being edgy, it's very easy to get written off as a Sasuke clone. So what of a character who was written to oppose the rival, and just so happened to fall into the edgy camp? Well, then you happen to get some of the greatest rivals of all time. We're talking motherfucking Virgil, Henry, and even this motherfucker, Kai. Henry's really cool because he beats your bosses and then beats your ass. He's a foil to Travis in every way. At the beginning of the game, he's cool, calm, collected, and by the end of the games, he's the crazy one, switching roles with Travis. And his theme, We Are Finally Cowboys, alludes to another foil, that being the difference between knights and samurais. Not to go crazy into it, it essentially goes like this. If I were to describe a story to you of someone traveling the vast emptiness with only their weapon in their hand, usually getting caught up in some sort of town drama, and being the only figment of law, I'm either describing a cowboy, a samurai, or an Arthurian knight. They're different interpretations of the same character, and that's what Travis and Henry are. Both of them want to be cool assassins. Travis takes the cocky road, and Henry takes the cool and collected road. And in my opinion, that's what a really good rival should be. They should both be the same character, separated by one major life choice or one major difference. And nothing exemplifies that more than Virgil. At the end of the game, one of his final ponderings was whether or not him and Dante would have had switched lives if they had different roles to play during that night. If Virgil had been protected, would he have become the fun-loving devil hunter? And if Dante had been left alone, would he have been subjected to the tortures of Mundus and become Michelangelo? Let's talk Soul and Kai. They both have the same hatred, a hatred for gears in the early games. They were both part of their crusades bent on destroying and wiping them off the face of the earth. As the stories progress, you begin to learn the difference between Kai and Soul. Soul does this out of obligation and self-hatred, while Kai does it because of perceived duty. All of this to say, I really like rivals who are really close to the main character. I love a really good foil in a story. And, most importantly, I love feeling motivated. Truth be told, I have a lot of projects that are just kind of sitting in my editing bay, so you're probably going to see a lot of just weird projects that I've been working on for a while. I hope you won't mind. Anyways, do the funny subscribe thing. Here's another moth.